Let's begin today by finding a comfortable seat on your mat. And if you have a block or a bolster or a blanket, I encourage you to sit up on one so that your hip flexors can open up and release some of the tension and stress. Whatever you sit on, make sure that your sit bones can connect deeply into the earth underneath you. So take a moment and find your sit bones. Just connect them down into the earth. So as we begin, take in a long, deep inhale through your nose and an exhale through your mouth. Using the breath to come back into your body. Take another deep inhale through your nose, long and smooth, and an exhale through your mouth. And find your sit bones, connect them into the earth. Enjoy that stability beneath you. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward and align your spine the whole way up, each vertebrae one atop the other, knowing that when things are aligned, it's easier. Stack the vertebrae all the way up through your neck, reach the crown of your head towards the sky, and drop your shoulders. If you would like, flip your palms open on your thighs in this receiving position. One of the things that we will focus on in class today is this idea of receiving, which many of us have room to grow. Take in an inhale of the breath once again through your nose as you reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Feeling every nook and cranny, every alveoli, and exhale, let it out slowly. Letting go of all the stuff that doesn't need to be there. Making room to receive the good stuff. Take in an inhale through your nose and an exhale through your mouth. Pause for a moment and just notice how it feels to have your palms open. If you want to close your eyes, you can do that. If that doesn't feel comfortable, find a spot in front of you with a loose gaze, not too focused. Not too purposeful, relaxed and easy. And take a minute to think about this idea of receiving. Most of us are exceptional at giving, but we're not exceptional at receiving. And it could be receiving gifts or love. It's also just receiving joy. And so I wanted to talk a bit about enjoying today. It's a theme that came up yesterday at the Pie Ranch retreat. And this idea of attending to enjoying things. And to me, enjoying is allowing ourselves to receive. And that's where we have some trouble. So sometimes we don't have enough space to receive. We're all full of distractions and tightness and energy, and we need to make space. And sometimes we don't know how to receive in that we are not practiced at it. What we practice grows. So the invitation this morning is to create some space with the breath, with movement, breathe out and move out all of that stuck tightness, create space for joy and to enjoy if that feels more accessible, and space to receive whatever it is you might not be receiving. Many of us think we're good at receiving love. We're really good at giving love, but we actually have these sort of walls, a little bit of walls out there to receive. And so just opening up the possibility of receiving and enjoying, whatever those words feel to you and which one resonates, knowing that each of us have a different reaction to words, and make space to receive that. Take another inhale, receiving that breath in every nook and cranny. And a huge exhale, let it out. And with the palms open, notice your palms, notice the light, the sunshine if you're outside, or just the energy coming in if you're inside. And allow yourself to receive whatever is showing up there, letting it come up your arms into that heart space and letting it in with a conscious attention to receiving whatever it is, especially if it's good. Let the good stuff in. Notice if you can enjoy for a moment, enjoy being here, enjoy the peace, the stillness, the quiet, a pause. Being present to let it in. And the presence is noticing it when it creeps in and slips in through the cracks. Or maybe you have a wide open door, letting the light pour in this morning. The presence is to notice it, and presence is to enjoy it. Bring a hand to heart and another hand atop. And take a moment to press the palm or surface of your hands into your heart space and just notice how it feels. Reminding yourself, if it feels uncomfortable, scientifically, it feels good, releases oxytocin, lessens the cortisol. So why not spend time hand to heart? And when you do, enjoy it. And when you do, receive what's being offered, that kindness and tenderness to yourself. Notice if you have resistance to it and soften. Take in an inhale right into that heart space, receiving the breath and whatever you want to put on that breath. Use the breath as a vehicle for love, acceptance, kindness, breathing it in right into that tight spot behind your heart. And exhale, let it out. A moment of sending yourself good wishes and receive them, enjoy them. A moment of noticing what is good in your life that perhaps you want to enjoy. Is it a beautiful sunny morning, a foggy, cozy morning, a sleepy morning, an energetic morning? Enjoy all of the feelings, whatever yours happen to be today. And if you're achy and tired and exhausted and worn out, you can enjoy taking time for you. So focusing on something that you can enjoy. Not a mandate to find joy, but just to enjoy the deliciousness of all of the things in your body that work and feel good. Bring your hands to heart center, rub your palms together, enjoy that. Bring your thumbs to your sternum and enjoy that. Notice the strength when the thumbs connect to the sternum. Take in an inhale. And a smooth, long, easeful exhale, letting go of things that get in the way of receiving. Just softening them, blowing them off a little bit. That patina, that cover. And pause here and set an intention or an aspiration or a wish to enjoy, to receive, whatever that might look like for you. Perhaps whatever you've been resisting receiving or blocking. Can you set some intention here to make a little space for it, to let it in, and to enjoy it when it arrives? Take another inhale to seal that wish in. And an exhale to let it go. And lower your hands to your thighs and open your eyes. And give yourself a moment to accommodate and come back into your space with kindness. Enjoy the light, enjoy the view, enjoy how you feel for a moment. And once again, find those sit bones, tilt your pelvis, stack your spine with grace and elegance, reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Take an inhale, drop your shoulders, enjoy. Reach both arms up towards the sky, palms together. Drop your right hand onto the earth. Spread your fingers wide. Plant your palm on the earth. Stretch the whole left side body. Huge inhale. Enjoy it. Exhale, gaze over the left shoulder, blowing out things that are getting in the way, that are making you so full you can't let the joy in. Huge inhale of things that feel good, thoughts that feel good, energy that feels good. Exhale, let it out. And a moment of pause here to enjoy. Press your right hand into the earth. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Inhale, lift tall. Enjoy the stretch in both side bodies. Reach tall, tall, tall. Reach your fingers tall, tall, tall. Exhale, drop your left hand, plant it into the earth. Spread your fingers wide. Palm rests on the earth. Gracefully stretch your right arm over your right ear. Stretch the whole right side body. Enjoy the lengthening. Breathe into it. Exhale, blow it out over the right shoulder. Take another delicious, enjoyable breath here. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder, blow out whatever's getting in the way of enjoying, resistance to enjoying. And a moment of pause here to enjoy the stretch, the lengthening, the pause. Press into your left hand, reach both arms up towards the sky. Inhale, reach your fingers tall, 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 lengthen your side body. Exhale, twist to the right, right hand turns behind you, left hand on the left thigh. Inhale, stretch your spine long, start from the pelvis and lengthen it all the way up through the sky, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, twist towards the left, wringing out the spine. The twists are spine lengtheners. Enjoy the lengthening and the stacking. Inhale, stack that spine all the way up through the crown of your head. Twist to the right gently, a wee bit more. Exhale, breathe it out. Letting go of all the stuff that's over capacity. If your bowl is over full, letting go of some things. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, turn back to center. Inhale, reach your fingers tall once again. Lengthen the side body. Enjoy it. Exhale, twist to the left. Lower your hand, left hand behind you, right hand on your left thigh. Inhale, stack your spine, align, lengthen. Exhale, twist and wring it out. Letting go of the overfull to make space to enjoy. Room for the joy to come in on the cells, on the breath. Breathe in all the things that feel good, thoughts that feel good, visions that feel good, memories that feel good. Exhale, letting out stuff that's just not there, needed anymore. Perhaps been holding. One more inhale, reach tall, lengthen the crown of your head towards the sky. Exhale, twist a teensy bit more with kindness, not an over twist. Letting out anything that's hidden in there that just needs wringing out, blowing it off with the breath. Reach both arms up towards the sky, twist back to center. Open your arms out towards the side walls, recross them at your sacrum. Press your fists towards the floor, straight your elbows, lower your shoulders down and back. Drop your chin to your chest. Release any tightness in the neck. Pause there. Pause and notice. Enjoy the stretch, enjoy the pause. Press your fist gently towards the floor a wee bit more, chin to chest. Bring your chin back to shoulder height. Release your hands and shake them out. Clasp your fingers, stretch them long in front of you. Round your back into a seated cat. Just round that belly as far back as you can. Press your navel all the way into your spine. Press your fingers all the way forward and enjoy it. Inhale, arch up towards the sky, slight arch back, cow pose. Exhale, round and press your palms all the way towards the front. Press your bellies, navel all the way back into the spine. Reach the crown of your head towards the front. Exhale, reach up towards the sky. Open your arms out towards the side, flex your wrists, press your palms into the side wall, pinch your scapula. Enjoy it and release. Another pinch of the scapula, wake it up, waking up everything in the neck and the upper back. Release. Wrap your arms in front, right arm under the left. Come into an eagle pose. Your thumbs can connect, your palms can connect, whatever works for you. Lift your elbows to shoulder height and pause here for a moment. Not rushing, no urgency to get into the next spot. Inhale, lift your elbows up an inch. Exhale, lower them to shoulder height. Enjoy all these sensations and the release. Letting go of things that are overfull, making room to enjoy and to receive. Inhale, lift your elbows up an inch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, those elbows up an inch. Notice, pause, how it feels. Exhale, roll down, elbows come into that spot between your chest and your belly button, head and neck, release forward. Huge inhale and exhale, let it go. And pause for a moment and enjoy this too. Noticing how very little time in your day-to-day life you pause to enjoy. The pause is there to enjoy. Don't miss the moments. Inhale, elbows come up to shoulder height. Untangle your arms, press your arms out to the side walls. A simple pinch of the scapula here to enjoy. Exhale, release. Wrap your arms in the opposite direction, left elbow under right. Wrap your arms together. Thumbs can come together, palms can come together, whatever works for you. If that doesn't work, you can leave your hands out to the side and wiggle your fingers. That's fun too. Bring your elbows to shoulder height and pause. Notice for a moment, inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, elbows up an inch. Exhale to shoulder height. Inhale them up an inch. Exhale, shoulder height. Once again, inhale up an inch. Exhale, round forward, elbows come into the belly, head and neck release. Enjoy it fully here. Huge inhale. And exhale, let it out. One more breath here, enjoying it fully. Eyes can be closed. A pause. Notice how good a pause feels. Elbows back to shoulder height. Untangle your arms. Lower them by your sides. Shrug them up to your ears all the way tight, 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 tight. Exhale, release, and let them relax. Palms float. Take a moment and enjoy all the sensations, all the tingles in your fingers, perhaps even your toes. Huge inhale. Letting things go on the exhale, making room to enjoy. Noticing that when we're so tight, we can't enjoy. There's no room, there's no time. And we think that that's true. There's no room and no time in our lives. But can we just use the breath and make a little room and a little time, a little pause? In diastole, it's a millisecond pause. And it makes a huge difference as the heart fills. So where can you find these little pauses to feel good? Take out what you're sitting on, stretch your legs long in front. Knees can be bent gently. Flex your ankles, spread your toes wide. Take a moment to move that flesh of your seat out of the way. Reconnect your sit bones into the floor. Engage your belly. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Lengthen your spine, stretch your back, stretch the side bodies, even wiggle one hand and then the other all the way to the sky. Exhale, fold forward easily to wherever you land. You may land on your toes, you may land on your shins. If it feels good and you would enjoy it, press your knees to the floor and enjoy that back body waking up. Relax your toes. Spread your toes wide, wide, wide. Relax. Point your toes towards the front. Enjoy the sensations in the shin. Flex your toes towards your nose, flossing the nerves. Stretch your toes wide, wide, wide. Relax them. Allow yourself to fold forward a tiny bit more. Release your head and neck. And take a moment of pause to enjoy everything that's just woken up here. Huge inhale. And use the breath to release and let go and make space to enjoy. Space for the heart to fill. Space to breathe more fully. Even as simple as enjoying the breath. Slowly slide up your shins to your knees, to your thighs. We're going to sweep our feet around and come directly into hands and knees. Take a minute here to make sure you're going to enjoy it. Wrists flexed, spread all 10 fingers wide, 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 equal pie shapes, 10 palmar knuckles on the floor, palms on the floor, elbows engaged, humeral heads in the shoulder sockets. Taking a moment to find your navel and engage it, tops of the feet on the floor. Inhale for cow pose. Enjoy the stretch in the front of the abdomen, waking up the spine. Exhale, round, drop your head, suck your navel all the way to the sky. Inhale for cow pose. Enjoy the stretch in the front of the belly. Exhale, round, suck your navel all the way up towards the sky. Drop your head. Inhale for the last cow here. Stick that butt up towards the sky so you can really enjoy the front of the belly.
Exhale, round your navel all the way up. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy as it reaches towards the sky and your head and neck reach towards the floor. Come back to tabletop. Curl your toes, press into your hands and lift up directly to downward dog. And take a moment here, widen your stance. Notice what you would enjoy. You may enjoy a narrow stance, you may enjoy a wide stance. Walk the dog, take good care of your wrists. If you have trouble with your wrists, pay attention to your palms. Make sure the palmar surface is flat on the floor. You can also do fist or have it on blocks if you struggle with that. Reach your sit bones high, high, high to the sky. Press into your hands, lower your head towards the floor, and enjoy the spine stretch here. Lift up onto your tiptoes and slowly lower your heels towards the floor and enjoy what happens in the back of your legs. Explore it. Be curious. Notice that curiosity makes it easier to enjoy. Perhaps that directive to enjoy feels too directive, in which case, can you just be curious about enjoying? Notice how you do have time. Notice what does work, where you feel that little lightness, that skip, that bit of interest and intrigue. Press into your hands, reach your sit bones towards the sky once again. Tip back a tiny, tiny, tiny bit farther. And slowly walk your hands towards your feet. Come into a forward fold. Immediately take your left hand, spread your 5 fingers wide, place the palm on the floor, bend to the left knee, twist to the right, reach your right hand, roll your wrist out. Enjoy releasing all those tight muscles. Make a fist, spread your fingers to the sky. Make a fist, flick that water, wake up your hands, spread the fingers as wide as you can. One more tight fist, flick your fingers up towards the sky. Replace your right hand, replace the left hand with your right hand, bend your right knee, twist to the left. Same thing, roll the wrist out, left wrist towards the sky, gaze up to the sky if it works for you, roll it in the opposite direction, enjoy all the release, tight fist. Flick your fingers wide, 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 spread your fingers. Notice your fingers on the floor, spread them wide too. Tight fist, spread your fingers. See if you can enjoy the flick of the water with the fingers. Bring both hands back towards the floor. Release your hands, reclasp them at your sacrum, and interlace your fingers. Press your fists towards the back wall, elbows towards the back wall. Exhale, fold your hands forward over your head and neck towards the floor. Front of the shoulders will likely release here. Draw your attention to it and see if you can enjoy it. Lift up all 10 toes playfully, spread them wide. You'll notice the 4 corners of your feet on the earth. Release them down, ground your toes in like roots. Noticing the stability here, despite whatever else might be going on. Even upside down, totally different perspective. Take an inhale into your chest space here. Exhale, release your hands towards the front a tiny bit more and enjoy whatever pops up here. Breathe into it. If it's impossible to enjoy, it's too much, and back off. More is not better. Your brains are just trained to think that. Lower your hands to your sacrum, run them down the backs of your thighs. Release them towards the floor. Engage your belly and roll up inch by inch. Enjoy the roll up. Enjoy the unfolding like pearls on a string until you arrive standing. And when you do, open your palms towards the front and just let your body accommodate, adjust to the light, adjust to standing. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, lift up all 10 toes, lower them down. Bring a hand to heart and another hand to top. And taking a moment to enjoy how you feel here, not rushing on to move, but a pause. A pause in what might become a busy day and a busy life. Or maybe the whole day could be a pause.
Noticing how delicious the pause feels. And being present, not missing it. Huge inhale, filling yourself up with all the good stuff. And an exhale, releasing and making space of whatever is getting in the way of room to receive all that good stuff. Perhaps your mind thinks that receiving that good stuff, something bad will come in the end, or it's selfish, or you shouldn't, or there isn't enough time. But what if it was a secret, letting the good stuff in? What if when the good stuff comes in, those things don't happen? What if that's just a story? Walk to the front of your mat. If you're not at the front of your mat, lower your hands by your sides. Lift up on your tiptoes to start as high as you can. Enjoy the wiggles and the wobbles, play with it. Lower your feet down, find your feet, the whole full soles of your feet on the earth. Reach your arms out and up towards the sky, palms come together, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, your spine is straight, butt sticks out. Exhale, fold forward once again. Inhale for half lift once again, enjoy it fully. Exhale, fold forward, enjoying the movement. Place your palms on the earth, step back to plank. Pause at the top of the push-up. Notice your strength here, play with it, maybe wiggle, waggle a little bit. Find a spot that feels strong. Drop your heels to the left, reach your right arm up towards the sky. We're gonna come into a side plank. If this doesn't feel good, you can drop your left knee. You can also just stay in plank. For those of you who do it, enjoy it, it's fun. Right hand reaches back another inch or two, open your shoulder up. Perhaps drop that right hand into the left hip crease and roll the shoulder back, have fun. Reach up, look up towards the sky if it's okay for your neck, and if not, opt out. Reach your arm back up towards the sky, come back to plank, pause for a moment, being kind to your wrists. Drop your heels to the right, reach that left hand up towards the sky, have fun with it. You can bend the left knee if you need to as a kickstand, or stay up in the plank pose. Reach your left hand back an inch or two, gaze up towards the sky, perhaps roll it into the hip crease. Notice what feels good for your neck. Don't do anything that doesn't feel good to your neck. Never worth it. Come back to the plank pose, pause for a moment. Find your stability in your core here, even in the middle of the shaking and all of that. You can find your center. Tip forward onto your tiptoes, bend your knees, elbows come in towards you, roll down, chaturanga towards the earth. A moment of third eye on the earth. Noticing if that relaxes your mind. Weight is out of your hands, give your wrists a break here. And notice as you lie prone, how it feels. Inhale for low cobra, heart shines forward, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, waking up the back body. Notice your sit bones, the front of your hip bones, pardon me, on the floor, tops of the feet. Protect your lower back, don't go up too high. Gaze forward, heart shines forward, crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes, press into your hands, reach your sit bones up and back, come into downward dog, and enjoy the pause and the release here. Huge inhale and exhale. Perhaps a lion's breath exhale, big inhale. On the exhale, stick your tongue out and really let things go. And pause in stillness here. Enjoy. Raise your right leg towards the sky. Your palms will connect to the earth, left of the ball of the left foot into the earth. Raise your right leg up towards the sky to three-legged dog. Bend your right knee. On the exhale, stack your hips and enjoy the opening in the front of the right hip. You can roll that right ankle in one direction and the other. Left leg, left arms are straight.
Rolling your ankle out, enjoying the sensations in the right glute. Open the front of the right hip if that feels good. Lower your right foot down to the floor. Even yourself out. Ground the ball of the right foot into the floor. Raise your left foot towards the sky. Press the heel into the back wall. Three-legged dog. Everything engaged and strong. Reorganize your hands if your wrists are making noise. Bend your left knee. Open the left hip. Roll the ankle. Enjoy the deliciousness of the ankle stretching, the release in the front hip, the attention in the left glute, whatever feels good. But take a moment to really enjoy it. Let it in, receive it. You're practicing receiving in yoga. What we practice grows. And we practice not receiving most of the time. So can you begin practicing receiving little by little, untraining your brain from thinking something bad might happen when you do, or thinking that maybe you don't deserve it or you're not enough. Just let it in. Play with it, see what happens. You can always stop. Even your hip out. Lower your foot towards the floor. Raise that right leg once again towards the sky. Inhale, press the heel into the back wall. Exhale, bring your foot between your hands and come into a high lunge. Both feet are facing towards the front. Raise your arms up towards the sky. Your back heel is off the earth. You'll walk those front toes as far forward as you need to, so that when you bend the front knee, it is not in front of the ankle. Take a moment to check your hips. Tap your left hip forward, right hip back. Reach your arms towards the sky. Inhale here, stretch tall. And exhale, sink into the front of the left hip. Enjoy it. Right knee bends a wee bit more. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, sink in a teeny bit here. Right thumb and middle finger, grab the left wrist, tip to the right gently. Enjoy the left hip here. Front of the hip. Inhale. And tug just gently. It's a teeny tiny movement. Sink in. One more breath. Exhale, release. Bring your hands back to center. Reach them towards the sky. Straight your front knee. And bend it. Straight the front knee. And bend it. Straight the front knee. And bend into it. Notice how it feels back in high lunge. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Hinge at the waist. You're going to come forward halfway and pause. You can stay here, or you can hook your left elbow onto the right thigh, coming into a high lunge twist. If this doesn't feel good to you, lower your left hand, twist your right hand towards the sky. You can also do that, or if you have blocks, do that. Lots of options here. Variations, none are better than the other. Notice what feels good to you. And if you're all scrunched up here, come back to center and stay half hinged. One more breath. Untangle wherever you are, coming back to center. Rise back up to the high lunge. Raise your arms up towards the sky once again. Lengthen the side body. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, release the breath. Straight the front knee once again. And bend it. Lower your hands back to heart center. Lower them on either side of your foot. Hop the back foot forward. Come into pyramid pose. Tap your right hip back and your left hip forward. And enjoy that too. Whatever comes up here. If you have blocks, I love it when people have blocks. You can put them under your hands and you will likely get more release and more space created with less effort. We often think that doing more, stretching more is the right thing to do, but you want to stretch and not snap. You want to be kind, and actually more release and more space comes from being kind. Shift your weight forward onto your tiptoes, balls of both feet. Shift your weight back, lift up the front toes. Notice the sensation, spread your toes wide. Both feet on the floor. Inhale for a half lift, your spine is straight, butt sticks back, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold forward and release into pyramid pose, drop your head and neck. Huge inhale into the chest, exhale, fold forward a tiny bit more. Inhale once again. And exhale, let it out. Walk your hands forward a tiny bit. Step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Stick your hips back, sink them down and low. Come into chair pose, hands come to heart center. Enjoy your thighs here. Notice them wake up. Lift up all 10 toes, spread them wide, wiggle them, lower them down. You can sink your hips back down farther if you want. If you want to raise your arms up, you can. Whatever works for you. Be kind to your body. Raising my arms is not good for my shoulders, so I don't do it. Notice what's good for you and what feels good to you. And why not live that way? We think it's somehow selfish, but what if it's not? What if it allows you to do so much more? Lower your hands to the floor, reach your hips to the sky, release your head and neck, releasing everything. Engage your belly and roll up inch by inch by inch by inch by inch. Your head will be the last to rise. And when you arrive, notice how you feel. Notice the blood flow shifting down into your hands, down into your feet. Huge inhale here. Exhale, release. And pause here for a moment to enjoy. To notice, decide if you want to keep your eyes open or closed. Notice your breath. Notice your heart. If you want to do hand to heart, see if that would feel good or stay where you are. Let the deliciousness of all the feelings and sensations float around through. And if there's not deliciousness, if there's tightness, just allow that. Enjoy what is there to be enjoyed. Draw your attention to that. Forgive the other. It's just a message that you can attend to later, those aches and pains and all the things. But there's also so much to enjoy if you give yourself the opportunity to receive it. To notice it and to be willing to just let it in, let a little bit of light in. The cracks, let the light in. Huge inhale wherever you are. And exhale, release. Lower your hands to the floor. Open your arms out and up towards the sky. Slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Spine sticks out towards the back. Exhale, fold forward once again. Inhale for a half lift. Enjoy the movement and the rolling. Exhale, fold forward. Palms on the earth. Step back to plank and pause. Notice your hands and your wrists. Take good care. Shift your weight forward onto your tiptoes. Bend your knees. Tuck your toes under. Bring those elbows, draw them in towards you. Roll down with intention and kindness slowly towards the earth, chaturanga, and take a moment to enjoy when you arrive. For many of you with high achieving smart brains, your forehead is spinning, your head is spinning. Connect that third eye and your forehead to the floor. Taking a moment to draw wisdom, kindness in there. Inhale for low cobra. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Heart shines forward. Weight is out of your hands. Lift up a wee bit higher this time. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes. Press back to downward dog.
And take a moment here to enjoy it. Notice how it feels different here than it did when we began. Huge inhale. And an exhale, letting go of anything that's popped up recently that's still there, needing to be softened, loosened. Anything that's bubbled up as you've been moving. Using yoga as a way to just let things go with your breath. You can always bring them back up again, but maybe you can try just an experiment of seeing what happens when you soften or let them go. Let go of the resistance. Enjoy a little receiving. Raise your left foot towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it between your hands. Rise up to high lunge on this side and take a moment to get a nice lane between your feet. Some of you will need a wider lane for balance. Be kind to yourself. Set yourself up for success by planting your feet in a spot that feels good for your body. We're all different. Tap your left hip forward, right hip back, bend your front knee. Back heel's off the ground, right? Both hands reach towards the sky. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, stretch, tall, 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 lengthen the side body. Exhale, sink into your hips and enjoy it. Inhale, reach, tall, tall, tall once again. Exhale, drop your shoulders, enjoy it. Left thumb and middle finger, grab the right wrist, tug gently to the left. Inhale into the right side body, the right psoas, the front of the right hip. Breathe into it and enjoy. Exhale, sink in a tiny bit more. Inhale once again. And exhale, enjoy. Reach both arms towards the sky once again. Straight your front knee and bend it. Straight your front knee and bend it. Once again, straight the front knee and bend it. Bring your hands to heart center, hinge at the waist, fold forward halfway. You can pause here. You can hook your right elbow over the left knee, come into a twist, or bring your right hand to the floor, left hand towards the sky. Notice what feels good to your body, and it might be different here on this side. It does not have to be the same. Untangle yourself wherever you are, coming back to center. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Straight that front knee and bend it. Straight the front knee. Lower your hands down on either side of the front foot. Hop your back foot back. Come into a pyramid pose on this side. And take a moment to get the stance in a way that feels good. Set yourself up with blocks if that feels good. Tap your left hip back and your right hip forward. And send some love to the back of the left leg. Lift up all your toes, spread them wide, lower them down. Shift into your toes, heels lift up. Lower them down. Inhale for a half lift, spine is straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale. Forward fold over that front left leg into pyramid and relax and release. And notice, enjoy the pause. Enjoy the sensations. Noticing that there's always something to enjoy. See if you can find that one little pocket. Not emotional bypassing, not ignoring what's wrong, but just allowing yourself to receive and enjoy a bit more. Something that most of us don't practice, so we can practice it here. We don't always practice it, but some days it's fun. And every human I know could use a little bit more enjoyment, actual enjoyment. Sometimes we think that chocolate and TV and other stuff will bring us enjoyment, but what really brings you enjoyment? What really feels good? What would you enjoy that you could bring a little more of into your life?
Notice that you may be having a little more release in that leg. Adjust the left hip back and the right hip forward a teensy bit more. Breathe into it, sending it love. Exhale, release, let things go with the breath. Use the breath to let things go and soften. Step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Engage your belly, knees are bent, and roll up. Unroll inch by inch by inch. Your head will be the last to rise, and you'll arrive standing. Take a minute here to let the blood flow shift, to accommodate, to adjust. Give yourself the gift of a transition, transitioning well. Yoga is all about transitions. And if we give ourselves a moment of pause as we transition, things often work out much better. We're not dizzy. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Bring your hand to heart, another hand to top. And check in. Huge inhale and huge exhale. We'll transition to seated. If you want to sit on the blanket, go for it. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart, coming into butterfly pose, and have a lovely rock on those sit bones. Find them again. Connect. You can bring your hands to your ankles or your arches. You can draw your heels in towards you. Find a butterfly that feels wonderful and flap your wings, your knees a little bit. Notice those sit bones. Tilt your pelvic bowl, stack your spine. Sit up tall, tall, tall. Puff that chest forward. Huge inhale of deliciousness into the chest. The breath is going everywhere, opening up all the capacity of the lungs that's often ignored. Breathe it in and enjoy it. Lots more space to breathe now. Exhale, release. Flap your butterfly wings for another moment. And pause in stillness. Release them slightly towards the floor. Enjoy it. Release your hands from your feet or your ankles or wherever they are. Draw your feet forward into a diamond shape between your legs. Rock once again onto those sit bones. Hinge at the waist this time. Fold forward. Your hands will come towards your feet and go to what feels good to you. You'll notice a different release in the hips. Breathe into it, to this diamond shape. You can even look in the diamond between your legs. Let your head and neck release. Huge inhale here as you begin to slow down. And exhale, let it go. Slowly slide up to seated. Stretch your legs wide into a wide angle pose. Rock on those sit bones once again. Do a little dance on your sit bones. Enjoy them. Notice your ankles and your toes. Flex your ankles. Flex your toes towards your nose. Sit up nice and tall on those sit bones. If your knees need to be bent, fine. Tilt forward. Hinge forward at the waist. Legs are straight. Ankles are flexed. Toes spread wide. Everything engaged. Bring your hands in front of you, wherever they want to be on the floor. Walk them forward. You're hinging at the waist, not folding. Going wherever works for you. Everything engaged. Legs fully engaged, ankles engaged, toes engaged, belly engaged. Walk your hands forward a tiny bit more. Energy shifting. Enjoy this, as alive as it may feel. Enjoy being alive. Bend your elbows, lower a teensy bit more if that feels accessible. Wherever you can go, enjoy it. Slowly walk your hands back up towards your groin. Take your right leg and use your hand and be nice. Bend your knee, bring the sole of your foot to the left inner thigh. Take your right hand behind the right hip about 18 inches and lift up into wild thing because it's fun. You lift your hips up, reach that left arm over the left ear gracefully. The right leg extends, the outer edge of the right foot presses into the earth. You can take a look at the screen if you don't know wild thing. Have fun with it. Lengthen the whole left side body. Reach and breathe into every nook and cranny.
Huge exhale. Gracefully lower your hip down towards the earth, come to seated. Stretch your right leg long out behind you, out back to wide angle pose, sorry. Left sole of your foot comes into the right inner thigh. Left hand is going to come directly behind the left hip about 18 inches and lift up into wild thing on this side. Have fun, stretch, lengthen the whole right side body, wiggle your fingers. Notice the outer right edge of your foot on the earth. Huge inhale here into every little nook and cranny, every alveoli opened here. Exhale, lower your hips, bring your hand back, come back to seated. Straighten your right leg. Bring your hands to your outer thighs, draw your feet together, raise your arms so they're parallel to your legs, engage your belly and roll down inch by inch to the earth. And when you arrive, enjoy your arrival. Pause here. Not transitioning to anything yet. Enjoying the earth hold you. All the sensations in your body. Notice what's connected to the floor, the earth beneath you, perhaps the grass for those of you outside. Notice your heels, your calves, your sacrum, the back of your head, back of your shoulders. When you're ready, bend your knees, bring your heels towards your butt. Palms will face towards the earth, forearms on the earth. Press into your feet, lift your hips up towards the sky. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Reach your hips high, 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 undoing the back body. Hips will reach high, knees energetically connect. Take your hands to the outer edge of the mat. Tug the mat forward towards your heels. Reach your hips even higher, even higher, even higher. Heart is light here. Your throat chakra is crunched up. Your heart is hanging light. Breathe into both. Soften them here. Hips reach high, high, high. Knees connect. You'll notice your butt muscles shaking. Reach them high, high, high. Lots of sensations. Exhale, lower down. Enjoy the exhale. Take your shoulders out. Lower your hips inch by inch. Unroll slowly. And when you arrive, release, and relax. Draw your right knee into your chest. Hands will come to the right shin. Extend the left leg long. Huge inhale. Hug that knee in tight, tight, tight. Exhale, allow it to fall into the hip socket and out to the right. Enjoy it. Inhale, hug it in, hug it, hug it, hug it, hug it. Exhale, allow it to fall to the right side. Point the toes of your left leg. Flex your left ankle. Bring your hands behind your thigh of your right leg, extended towards the sky. Press your hamstring into your hands on the back of your hamstring. Point your toes towards your nose. Point your toes towards the sky. Draw your toes towards your nose. Point them towards the sky. Enjoying all of the intense sensations here. Roll your ankle in one direction as you press the hamstring into your hands and the other. Bend your knee once again. Give that knee a hug. Hands come to the shin. Hug it in. And lower it towards the floor alongside the left. Palms open to the sky. And receive all that's there. Notice the difference between the two sides. Enjoy the pause. It's a pause to receive. If we don't pause, and we're not present in the pause, we can't receive what's offered. And we're rushing through with urgency to do everything. We miss so much. So wherever there's a moment to slow down, don't miss it. Bring your left knee into your chest, give it a lovely hug. Hug it tight, tight, tight. Exhale, allow it to fall into the hip socket. Inhale, hug it into your chest. Tight, tight, tight. Hug it, hug it. Exhale, release. Notice your right foot. Point your toes, flex your toes towards the sky, perhaps turn it so it's not all wonky. Bring your hands behind your left hamstring, straight your left leg towards the sky, flex your toes towards your nose, press the hamstring into your hands, point your toe, flex your toe, point your toe, roll your ankle in one direction and the other. Notice how perhaps it feels very different on this side than the other. Maybe it feels more delicious on one side than the other. We might notice that one side's more painful. Sending love to anything that's sending you a message here. Bend the left knee, draw your knee back in towards you, bring your hands to your shins, hug it tight, 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 one last time. Huge inhale. Exhale, lower it down alongside the right. Bring your palms to your waist, about 6 inches, palms open towards the sky. Release and enjoy. Notice all the sensations here. Huge inhale and exhale. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining butterfly. Adjust your sacrum if you need be. Notice your knees, find something comfortable. Bring a hand to heart and a hand to belly, checking in. In this very restorative spot, take a moment here to enjoy, to receive, and to allow yourself to enjoy receiving, something that many of us struggle with. We immediately jump to what are we going to give in exchange? But can you allow yourself here to enjoy receiving, enjoy what feels good, and allow yourself to enjoy without judgment, without guilt. Huge inhale and exhale. Kindness to yourself for whatever your previous experience with giving and receiving and enjoying or not, and resisting gifts and love. Sending yourself kindness and love for the journey to this point. Perhaps a glimmer of hope for what you would like to have happen. Perhaps a willingness to try out this enjoying and receiving, practicing it, seeing what happens. Maybe, just maybe, it will be amazing. Bring your hands to your thighs, outer edges, draw your knees together. Extend your legs long, allow them to fall, your feet to fall towards the outer corners of your mat, coming into Shavasana or final resting pose. The most important pose, the pose that's all about receiving and enjoying. And what's required here is fully relaxing, surrendering, pausing, accepting all that is, nothing to do, nothing to fix, only to rest and to be and to enjoy. Taking a huge inhale. And then exhale, let it out. Allow yourself to sink in, to soften. Let your body breathe for itself. Let the earth hold you and cradle you, support you. And let go of all resistance and control. Surrendering here, practicing for a few moments of enjoying, receiving, being. If you want to stay in Shavasana, in your Zoom box, wherever you may be in the world, please feel free. Otherwise, gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a huge inhale. And an exhale, let it out. Reach your arms long above and your toes long in front, filling yourself up with a delicious in-breath. And a calm and easeful out-breath. Draw your knees in towards you and roll over to one side, whatever that might feel like for you. And pause there for a moment. Appreciating yourself for taking the time. Noticing perhaps that it felt good to enjoy and receive. And being curious about how you might be able to do more of that in your life if you want. And offer an invitation. Just consider what it might be like. When you're ready, press your hands into the floor and slowly come up to a comfortable seat where we began. Allow yourself to slide right back into that Shavasana feeling when you arrive. Hands on your thighs, palms open towards the sky. You can close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. Tilt your pelvis, stack your spine with ease and grace and kindness. And allow yourself a moment here to receive how beautiful you feel in this moment, perhaps. What does feel good? What feels better than when you began? Might this be something you'd like to try more of? Notice that it feels safe, comfortable, maybe different, maybe a little uncomfortable. But does it feel good? Why not try? Bring a hand to heart and the other hand to top. Sending yourself good wishes, connecting with that heart space once again. Bring your hands to heart center, rub your palms together. Enjoy the deliciousness of that. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Close your eyes if it feels good. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. May you all enjoy this day, this week, this month, this year. May you all receive much love and goodness and happiness, connection and joy. Have a beautiful week.